Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying to get some gold for some junk CPUs. If you're trying to get a high yield, I do not recommend getting these CPUs, but I just wanted to see if I could get any amount of gold out of these. You can see these gold plated pins. What I'm going to try to do is separate the pins from the rest of the CPU. And we got some over here that do not have pins. So what I'm going to do is just try to knock this metal piece off, and we're going to see if we can't extract this with acids. Again, these are not the ideal CPUs for high yield gold recovery. However, I just wanted to see if I could get some gold out of it. Alright, now I'm going to bang the steel backing off of these. Okay, so we got all of the backs cut off of our CPUs. As you can see, there's still some metal. I want to say probably some steel there in the middle. That should be okay. What we're going to do is first, I'm going to soak everything I got here, all of our pins and all of our boards. I'm going to soak it in some boiling hydrochloric acid. What I want to do is, I'm pretty sure there's some tin solder all over these and all kinds of other base metals. So I'm going to try to get as much of that out as possible, especially the tin. We don't want any of that in our solution. Also, what I'm going to do is, I have some leftover RAM sticks. I'm going to throw this into the mix. It's about 380 grams of RAM sticks. So I got some pretty good big double-sided ones in here. So hopefully all this together, we can get a nice little button of gold. So after I soak these in hydrochloric acid, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight with aqua regia. And I'm going to dissolve all the gold off everything. And then we're going to precipitate that out using sodium metabisulfite. Alright, so we'll get to it. Okay, as you can see, we got a lot of computer waste here. You see the pins on the bottom down there. All right, so we're gonna get going with our hydrochloric acid treatment. Okay, I'm going to go over and put this on the heat. Okay, we got it on the heat now. I'm just going to let this cook until I start seeing a little bit of color in it. Pour it out and hit it with some aqua regia. Okay, so I've had this on the heat for about 30 minutes now. As you can see, there's really no reaction. Really not much color change going on right there. So instead of wasting a bunch of acid, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit it with straight aqua regia. And go ahead and get the gold out. It might take a little while because we are going to have to go through some base metals before it will dissolve the gold due to the reactivity series of metals. However, with enough nitric acid, enough heat, we should be able to get it all dissolved. Okay, we're going to add a very little bit of nitric acid at a time to this because it's already hot. We run the risk of having a runaway reaction, and we do not want that. I'm going to turn down the heat a little. I'm going to watch this carefully. Okay, so we had a really fast reaction. Everything boiled off really quick and really hot. I almost messed up and got a runaway reaction out of that. I put a little bit too much nitric in it. But right now, the reaction has completely stopped. What I did was put a little bit more nitric in there and turn the heat on, and I'm getting nothing. So I stirred it around a little, and I don't see a trace of gold flakes or anything left, so I'm pretty sure we got it all into solution. I'm gonna give it a stannous chloride test, make sure that we're looking good, and get this filtered out. Got our stannous chloride. It's gonna be kind of hard to tell because the solution is already really dark. You can see we got turning pretty dark. It lets me know that we got gold in the solution. We're going to use our giant butler funnel here. That way we can catch all that E-scrap. See, we got our E-scrap there. Using 2 coffee filters. You see, we got a really dark greenish color because we got a ton of base metals in this. So we'll get all that out of there. Okay, it's almost done filtering. What I'm going to go ahead and do is go in here and start picking out some of these E-scrap. Okay, we're going to get everything transferred into our beaker. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to put in some sodium metal bisulfite, and this will precipitate out whatever gold is in here. We'll go ahead and put this in the fume hood. As you can see, it's already producing fumes. And what we'll do, I'll get it until it stops foaming up, and then we'll let it sit overnight and let all the gold settle to the bottom. Okay, welcome back everybody. So we've let this sit overnight after giving it our sodium metabisulfite. And I'm not sure if you can see it. We've got some good looking black powder settling down at the bottom. Our liquid is still completely black because we still got a ton of base metals in solution. So right now, just to make sure that we got all the gold out of solution, I'm gonna give it a stannous chloride test. The solution is so black, this is gonna make it kind of hard to tell. But essentially, the stannous chloride should just clean it off. You can see we get no darker color, and almost as if it just cleans off the black. So that tells us we got all of the gold out of solution. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to filter this out. We've got a filter paper set up and get all of our black powder out of there. Probably going to take me a little while. Okay, at this point, I'm going to try to get all the gold powder down at the very bottom of the filter. Okay, once that filter's all down, I'm going to hit it with a little bit of hydrochloric acid. Try to get it nice and clean. Then we're going to hit it again with some aqua regia. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and transfer our filter paper into our new clean beaker. We're going to hit it with aqua regia one more time and precipitate it back out just to get it double refined. It's not near as much as it looks in there, but it looks like we might be able to get a gram out of it. All right. We're not going to worry about the filter paper. It will completely dissolve in the aqua regia. Alright, I'm going to take it over to the fume hood and start adding some nitric acid. Okay, we're going to put it on the heat, slowly start adding some nitric acid. See, we're getting a nice gold color now. Okay, looks like we got everything fully dissolved. The paper's all dissolved in there. I'm gonna turn it off the heat and let it cool a little bit, and we'll get this filtered out. Okay, while we let it cool, I'm gonna go ahead and give it another stannous chloride test. Make sure we got some gold in solution. See, the color of this one's way better. See how dark that turns? Means we got a ton of gold in solution. Okay, our solution's still kind of hot, but we're going to go ahead and proceed. Looks like we got some sort of precipitate down there. Possibly silver chloride. There might have been some silver in there. Either way, we're going to get it filtered out. It could go a little faster. I got my little hand pump. Makes an annoying sound, but it should work out. Okay, now we got our very pure gold. We're going to go ahead and pour it into this clean beaker.
Alright, the solution's pretty cool. We'll go ahead and add a little bit of distilled water. Alright, we're going to go ahead and reprecipitate the gold out with sodium metabite sulfate, and then we'll get it melted up. Alright, going to add a little bit so you can see. I'll probably have to move to the fume hood. It's already dark here. My fume hood does not have a light. So once I put it in the fume hood, probably just going to have to bring it back out once it's done and just show you the melt. But we'll get it started out here. You'll see it slowly start to turn black. Some nice white foam there. Okay, now we're just going to get everything filtered out. Alright, we're going to get it all down at the bottom and get it all washed out really good. Alright. Filling it up with a nice little pile of black powder down there. And I'm going to add just a tiny splash of hydrochloric acid just to get it cleaned up real nice. Alright, we're just going to get our filter paper transferred into a crucible and get this melted.
Okay, so we got it all melted up into a button. Came out with quite a bit of flux on it. You can see the gold. Maybe you can't see it. You can see the gold underneath it. So what I got is I got it soaking in some sulfuric acid. And after just a little while, that'll get all that extra flux off of it. And we'll have a nice little gold button. And then I'll get a weight on it and we'll see how we did. Okay, so we got it melted up to a nice little button. And it should be pretty close to 3/9 fine, but I will be throwing this in my next batch of gold refining just to confirm it. So what I'm going to do now is get a weight on it. So we got 1.43 grams. So almost 1.5 grams from all that e-scrap. So is it worth it? So I would say probably not. That was a lot of work for not a whole lot of gold. And I would have to guess that most of this probably came from them ram sticks. So if you could get them ram sticks pretty cheap, I would say that'd be the best bet. But those CPUs I had were extremely cheap and had very low gold content. But I just wanted to show you how to do it, and I'm just happy that we did get a little bit of gold out of it. Alright, thanks for watching.